Everybody, welcome back to the channel. I've had a lot of requests for crawl patterns, so guess what? We've got a big lineup coming up in the next few weeks. I'm going to give you a sneak peek tonight. We're going to be doing this one tonight. This is going to be the Bandit Spring Crawl. We're matching it. We're adding a little green country flavor to it. And in the next couple of weeks, we've got many other patterns coming out, a lot of crawl patterns. So if you're ready to see a paint session, come join me. We're going to spray some paint. All right, we've got a base coated lure here. We're going to be doing, again, this is kind of a spin-off of the Bandit Spring Crawl. We've done a few different spring crawls, but I don't think I have matched this particular one. Now we're going to put our own little wrinkle on it when we use our 3D molded crawl pattern here, but this is going out to a customer. That's the one he picked. So what we've got here is we've got this lure base coated, and we've got our canary yellow base that's completely covers the entire lure. It's kind of a little bit of an orange yellow. Maybe looking through the camera it looks straight up yellow, but trust me, it's got a little bit of orange in it. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to scale in a little light brown just on the top. Let me see if I'm still in frame here. Just up on the top shoulders of this bait, a little bit down on the sides. Just again, a light brown. A little bit of fluorescent orange over the top of that. Now I should have done this without having to match up the scales, but it really isn't going to matter. We're just trying to get that light brown a little bit different shade of brown with that fluorescent over the top of it. And we're going to go down the back with some dark brown. Whoa! See what I did there? Always test it. I've loaded up 4 airbrushes here and probably still had a little bit of cleaner in that brush. So this bad boy is starting off looking more like a some type of shad pattern with those scales, but again, that's how the Bandit crankbait comes to you out of the package. The old spring crawl color that definitely catches fish. All right, so next up, we're going to take this out of our little holder. Place this bait in 3D stencil. Again, these are really handy. Made for kind of a knockoff wigglewort, but this is not a knockoff wigglewort, but they fit too. Sometimes they're just a little slightly. All right, we lost contact there for a little bit. Not sure what we got going on. Okay, back to the Bandit Spring Crawl. So now we want to get a little bit of our black loaded up in a brush. So, you know, this pattern's been around a long time, and I'll tell you what, it's equally as good on smallmouth as it is on the old greenfish. Been very successful, clear water, as well as stained water. And the guy that's recommending some crawl patterns for this particular order is looking for some stained water patterns. So, we're going to be doing a few for him. Here, we'll try to shoot some videos of those if they're not remakes of some of our other patterns, so stay tuned. Anyway, I'm loading up some black so we can shoot through our 3D printed crawl pattern. And this is a cool pattern, man. I really like this. I'll be honest, I can't remember exactly where I got this one. I've had many different ones. I want to say this one might have come from 74 Custom Bait. Okay, so I don't just spray through this, okay? I'm going to follow the contours just like I was going to try to freehand this particular pattern. So on some of this smaller stuff, yeah, you can just kind of spray through it. But I want to get it I want it to fade. I want it to be darker on the edges, on those outside edges, and kind of fade to the inside. So we're just going to be, whoa, we got to turn the pressure down. We're around 20 working pounds. Again, I'm just going to follow that inside contour. We're going to try. I hope I'm in camera here. Turn that a little bit. So again, just spraying on the inside edge. Okay, let's take a look here. Oh yeah, cool looking pattern. I usually go with the dark eyes. Sometimes if you're not careful when you're removing them, especially if it's not made for that particular bait, it'll kind of scuff it. But we'll touch that up with a little light brown here in just a few minutes before we send that off. Now we've got our fluorescent. Let's see, wait a minute. There's a little of that brown. Touch that up real quick. We've got our fluorescent here, and we want that a little bit on that throat. Now, the other thing I do on these original pre-wrap wiggle warts is I tape this off. And I don't remember, okay, we had a red bait. So that'll be okay, but I want to leave that originality of that bait. Keeps the value somewhat of this particular bait. And we'll kind of fade that in with a little bit of this fluorescent to kind of make it blend a little bit. But again, a little fluorescent orange on the throat. And we'll blend that up. Hit a little bit of this. Got a couple more scuff marks on it, but not too bad. All right, so pretty simple little pattern. Gosh dang, this seemed like I may have shown, should have shown the spraying of the canary yellow. Pretty short pattern, really effective pattern. Again, a lot of different ways. When you change the stencil that you use for your Craw shells, sometimes that gives you a whole new, different look on the bait. But here we've got a pre-Rapala wigglewort. Right there's the wording in the matched Bandit Spring Craw. Guys, until next week, Green Country Baits is signing out. The other thing is, hey, please share, like, hit the notification bell so you can see all the future videos that we post. Or I say I post. And until next week.